I used to think being the strong one was something to be proud of. The dependable one. The responsible one. The one everybody could call when life went wrong. Looking back now, I think I was just convenient. My name is Maya. I'm 36 years old, and for almost 15 years, I financed my entire family. Not because I was rich, not because I had endless money, but because I loved them. Or at least, I thought I did. My father died when I was 21. One minute he was here. The next he was gone. And overnight, everything changed. My mother was grieving. My younger brother Darren had just started college. My little sister Kiara was still in high school. Someone had to step up, and somehow that someone became me. I dropped out of graduate school, took a second job, worked weekends, worked holidays, worked through fevers, worked through heartbreak. While my friends were traveling and getting married, I was paying electric bills and grocery bills. When Darren needed tuition, I paid. When Kiara wanted to attend university, I paid. When Mom fell behind on her mortgage, I paid. And I never complained, not once. Because family is family, right? That's what I believed. Years passed. My career grew. I became successful. Not billionaire successful, not celebrity successful, but comfortable. Comfortable enough that every family emergency somehow became my emergency. Every problem became my responsibility. Every crisis became my bill. At first it felt good, needed, important. Then it became expected. The first warning sign should have been Darren. My brother was 32 years old, healthy, capable, intelligent, and living rent-free in a house that I owned. A house I bought after Mom moved into a retirement community. Just until I get on my feet, he said. That was 7 years ago. 7 years. He paid no rent, no property tax, no maintenance, nothing. Meanwhile, I was covering repairs, insurance, and utilities. And every time I brought it up, there was an excuse. Always an excuse. He's family, Mom would say. He needs support. Support, interesting word. Especially when support only seemed to move in one direction. Then there was Kiara. My sister loved posting inspirational quotes online. Things about independence, strength, self-made women. I used to laugh every time I saw them. Because the phone she posted from? I bought it. The apartment she lived in? I helped pay for it. The car she drove? Guess who paid the down payment? Yet somehow I was never mentioned. Not once. Still, I kept giving. Because I believed love looked like sacrifice. I thought that's what good daughters did. Good sisters. Good family members. I thought if I kept pouring into them, eventually I'd receive that same love back. I was wrong. The moment everything changed happened at my mother's 70th birthday party. A milestone birthday. A huge celebration. I paid for the venue, the catering, the decorations, the photographer, the live band. Almost $20,000. And I paid every penny happily. Because it was for Mom. The ballroom looked beautiful. Gold decorations, fresh flowers, family and friends everywhere. Everyone complimented the event. Everyone complimented my mother. I felt proud. Genuinely proud. Then came the speeches. Kiara spoke first, then Darren, then family friends. Person after person stood up and thanked my mother, thanked my brother, thanked my sister. They talked about sacrifices, dedication, love, support. I smiled through all of it, waiting. Surely someone would mention me. Not because I needed praise, but because I had spent half my life making sure this family survived. Nobody did. Not one person. Not my brother, not my sister, not even my mother. Then came the final blow. My mother stood to speak. I couldn't have done this without Darren and Kiara. The room applauded. I've been blessed with children who always put family first. More applause. I waited. and waited, and waited. Nothing. Not even my name. I sat there smiling while my heart shattered. Not because they forgot. No. Forgetfulness would have hurt less. This felt deliberate, like I had become furniture, useful, necessary, invisible. Then I overheard something later that night. Something that changed everything. I was walking toward the restroom when I heard Darren laughing with one of his friends. Honestly, Maya worries too much. They laughed. She'll always take care of us anyway. More laughter. Then came the sentence that ended my loyalty forever. We don't even have to ask anymore, she just pays. I froze. Not gratitude, not appreciation, not love, entitlement. That was all I heard. Pure entitlement. That night I went home, sat in my kitchen, and cried. Not because I was angry, because I was grieving. I was grieving the family I thought I had. The next morning I made a decision. I was done. No dramatic announcement, no family meeting, no arguments. I simply stopped. The utility payments? Stopped. The monthly transfers? Stopped. The surprise bailouts? Stopped. Everything stopped. 3 weeks later, my phone exploded. Maya, the electricity bill wasn't paid. Correct. Maya, I need help with rent. No. Maya, the property taxes are overdue. Sounds like a personal problem? For the first time in 15 years, I said no, and people lost their minds. Suddenly, I was selfish, cold, ungrateful. The same people who had accepted my sacrifices for years couldn't tolerate a single boundary. Funny how that works. Then I took it further. Remember the house Darren lived in, the one I owned, the one he occupied for free? I sold it. Legally, properly, with notice, through a realtor. Everything by the book. The day Darren found out was spectacular. You can't sell my house. I almost laughed. Your house? Interesting. My name was on every document. My name paid every bill. My name carried every responsibility. But somehow it became his house. He called me screaming. I hung up. He came to my office. Security escorted him out. For the first time in my life, I refused to feel guilty. Then came the lawsuits. Years earlier, I had loaned substantial amounts of money to both my brother and sister. Documented loans, signed agreements, money I never pursued because they were family. Now, I pursued it. Every dollar. My attorney was delighted. Apparently, family members leave excellent paper trails when they assume you'll never enforce anything. Suddenly, everyone wanted reconciliation. Interesting timing. Not when I was exhausted, not when I was sacrificing, not when I was paying, only when I stopped. The court proceedings were ugly. Family always makes things ugly, but the truth was simple. The law didn't care about emotional manipulation. The law cared about documents, and I had plenty. By the time everything ended, I recovered a significant amount of money. Sold the house, cut financial ties, and built a life that finally belonged to me. Do I miss them? Sometimes. Not the people they became, the people I thought they were. There's a difference. Because here's what nobody tells you about being the family provider. Eventually, people stop seeing your sacrifices. They start seeing your sacrifices as obligations. And once that happens, gratitude dies. For years, I thought I was being noble, generous, selfless. I thought I was sacrificing my dreams for people who truly loved me. I thought loyalty meant giving until there was nothing left. I thought family automatically meant forever. I was wrong. Painfully wrong. The truth. I was foolish. Not because I loved them, but because I loved them more than I loved myself. I kept setting myself on fire to keep other people warm. And they got so comfortable with the heat that they never noticed I was burning. Not anymore. That version of me is gone. The woman who paid every bill, solved every problem, accepted every excuse, ignored every red flag. She's gone. Forever. Now I choose myself. My peace. My future. And I will never again sacrifice my life for people who only loved what I could do for them. Never again. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done if your family treated you this way? Would you have walked away, or would you have given them another chance?